Hello everyone, I'm Gabriele Pieri from the Institute of Information Science and Technologies of the National Research Council of Italy. In this talk entitled New Technology and Data Collection for Improving Our Understanding of the Marine Environment, I'm presenting the activities of the H 2020 project called Nautilus, which I'm coordinating and which is related to the development of new technologies for improving the observation of the oceans. Here you can see the 21 partners consortium composing Nautilus. It is very well varied and differentiated, from academia and research centers to small-medium enterprises as well as large companies, and spanning around all Europe, from east to west, from the very north to the south of Europe. Main strategic objective of our project, that is the key point I want to address in today's talk, is to fill in the marine observation and modeling gaps that are existing in actual observation in chemical, biological, and also deep ocean physics variables that are observed in the ocean environment. How do we want to make this objective achievable? By means of a new generation of cost-effective sensors and samplers that will be developing and that will be integrated within existing and adapted observing platforms. We want to achieve this and test through a long-term deployment in large-scale demonstrations that will be performed in very different locations in Europe, from North Sea and Baltic to the Mediterranean, passing by the Atlantic Ocean. The goals we want to achieve with this project are to complement and expand the existing EU observation tools and services, and also to obtain a collection of data which will have a higher spatial resolution and temporal regularity and length than the ones actually available. As you can see from the map here, there are a lot of observation points around the world, but there is still a lack in very important parts of the world, as for example in the Mediterranean, and not all of them have a good regularity in length that should be available. Another important achievement we want to reach is to further enable and democratize, which is very important in our project, the monitoring of the marine environment, obviously to the traditional researcher of the ocean environment, but also to non-traditional data users such as citizen scientists. Here we can see a conceptual picture of the project. We started from the collection and definition of gaps, needs, and requirements. We are then going through the integration phase for the new technologies and existing platforms with calibration and scenario testing. Finally, the demonstration of the ocean observation systems and tools in a natural environment. The project goals will be achieved by developing 13 cost-effective sensors and samplers covering around 70% of biological and biogeochemical essential ocean variables and 8 Marine Strategy Framework Directive descriptors. Moreover, we will also deploy the first in situ microplastic sensor and perform novel and cost-effective deployments in existing and adapted multi-platforms, including animal-borne instruments and citizen scientist engagement. Another underlying concept will be the data processing and modeling, which will be central to the proposed solution. The impact we aim to achieve is based on healthier oceans and will be based on enhancing the European capacities for observation and a generated economic and social value for the blue economy. Here we are showing the marine technologies and tools in Nautilus in this central column with the relative essential ocean variables on the left side and the Marine Strategy Framework Directive description on the right side that we want to address and monitor through our technologies and the observation we will be performing. As you see, it is a quite complex and complete frame. Now, a quick roundup of the technologies that will be developed during the course of our project. Some of them are adaptation of existing technologies, but others are completely new brand technologies for sensing or sampling that will be developed specifically for our project. A wide variety from passive to active acoustic profiling to infrared camera, microplastic sensors and samplers, and other varying technologies. An important step of these technologies will be their integration into existing and adapted observation platforms. We have a wide variety of observation platforms, from manned aerial vehicle to unmanned underwater vehicle, lander, gliders, moored buoys, observational platform, and also the animal-borne instruments that will be attached to animals. An important part underlying all the concept of the project, obviously, will concern the management of data that will be collected by all these sensors that will be developing. All these data will be managed, processed, and simulation models will be elaborated for forecasting. All the processed data will be then shared with existing archiving center that we already have contact with and are part of our project. More details on data management and sharing within Nautilus. We are performing all the steps needed, from data quality assessment to data assembly and integration for the interoperability. The collected and shared data will be open and free of charge, following international standards and compliant with European regulations such as INSPIRE, and always following the FAIR principle. On the left, we show a scheme of the Nautilus infrastructure layers and modules, while on the right we have the Nautilus deployed architecture. Being an Horizon 2020 project, we also put a lot of effort in the aspects of dissemination and knowledge transfer for our project. Capacity building events will be organized, varying from the business economies and companies to the education through schools, various levels of schools, and events for raising the awareness on the observation and on the environmental topics. We will also take into account the exploitation and impact of our developed technologies, considering always quality assurance and quality control following the standards, in order to be able maybe to improve and propose some new best practices, along with existing ones, for the ocean observation technologies. Finally, two activities will be considered: citizen science and the synergies for the European strategy on plastics. For both of them, there will be the involvement of citizens, who will be provided with tools to support them and to make the observation of the marine environment wider and more democratic. So I finish here, and I thank you for your attention.